students, welcome to EduFarm. Believe and Become classes for GPAT and NIPER JEE. Like, share, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon to get further notifications.
Hello folks, EduFarm welcomes you to another new informative video on cell organelles. So let's start without any further ado. Many of you may think, what is the necessity to know about cell or cell organelles? See, cells are like bricks that are the building blocks of our body, which can be referred as a building. It may sound simple, but has numerous complex mechanisms that are necessary either for various physiological processes or to know various drug interactions and actions. The word cell is derived from a Latin word cella, which means small or a tiny room. In 1665, Robert Hooke named the biological unit for its resemblance to a cell inhabited by the Christian monks in a monastery. There are two types of cells. One is prokaryotic cells, another is eukaryotic cells. Now, the prokaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells are very much simpler, are smaller than eukaryotic cells and lacks membrane and cellular organelles alike eukaryotic cells. The prokaryotic cells devoid of nuclear membrane, the cell walls that are present beneath the capsule has a peptidoglycan layer. The ribosomes that are present in prokaryotic cells are 70S. The examples of prokaryotic cells are mycoplasma and thermoplasma. Gram-positive bacteria such as Staphylococcus aureus, Streptococcus pneumonia have a thick cell wall and thus gives a positive response to gram stain, while the gram-negative bacteria, example E. coli, gives a negative response to gram stain. The gram-positive bacteria stained red after the gram staining, while the gram-negative bacteria will stain deep violet after gram staining. Now moving on to eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells are those cells that have well-developed cell organelles, unlike prokaryotic cells. The prime examples are animal cell and plant cell. Now, the parts of cells that are specialized for carrying out various types of functions, like in our body, how does the heart works, or the lungs or kidneys. There are various cell organelles that coordinate these types of functions inside the cell. The various cell organelles are mitochondria, peroxisome, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, centriole, lysosome, cytoskeleton, and nucleus. Now, the cell membrane. Cell membrane is the outermost part or layer of a cell, which composed of two layers of phospholipids, and the proteins and the sugar molecules are embedded in between those layers of phospholipid, just like a mosaic. So from there the name came, fluid mosaic model. Now, phospholipid molecules have a hydrophilic head that are on the outside part and the hydrophobic tail that points inside the cell. There are various types of protein that are present here. One of them is intrinsic protein, another of them is extrinsic protein. Extrinsic proteins or peripheral proteins, as the name suggests, are present outside the surface of the cell membrane and has a crucial role in signal transduction. Intrinsic proteins or integral proteins, alike extrinsic, may present outside the surface as well as inside the surface. Transmembrane protein is one of the example of integral proteins. ATP binding cassette or ABC transporter is a type of transmembrane protein. Mitochondria kind of look like a sausage shaped structure that can be found in cytoplasm. It is also known as the powerhouse of cell. It involves aerobic respiration, and as the name suggests, the powerhouse of cell, it synthesizes energy in the form of ATP by phosphorylation of ADP to ATP. Mitochondria anotypically composed of outer and inner membrane and a matrix. The matrix composed of finger-like projections that are shown in the diagram called cristae. Now, mitochondria has their own genome. The division occurs of mitochondria is simple fission. The most active cell have the greater number of mitochondria than the other. It is one of the essential cell organelles that helps to carry out various types of metabolic processes of cell. Now, peroxisomes. Like mitochondria, peroxisomes are also the major site of oxygen utilization. Every eukaryotic cells have peroxisomes. The role of peroxisome is to use molecular oxygen to remove hydrogen atoms from organic substrate to produce hydrogen peroxide. The reaction that occurs is an oxidative reaction. Catalase is one of the enzymes that plays an important role in oxidative stress is present in peroxisome. It involves in isoprenoid and cholesterol synthesis in animals. It is also essential for synthesis of plasmogen in animals. Now, endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum present as a series of interconnected membranous canals in cytoplasm. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum: visually smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum plays a vital role in protein synthesis, lipid biogenesis, calcium metabolism and storage, and also plays a crucial role in stress response. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum synthesizes lipids and steroidal hormones. It also helps in gluconeogenesis as the final step occurs in the lumen of smooth endoplasmic reticulum due to the presence of glucose 6-phosphatase. It also helps in storage of calcium. Ryanodine receptors plays a vital role in storage of calcium, are also present in smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is started with ribosomes and are the main sites of protein synthesis. Moving on to our next topic, that is Golgi apparatus. The name Golgi has been coined by a biologist named Camillo Golgi in 1897. These cell organelles are present in all cells and helps in export of proteins from the cellular matrix or cellular membrane to outside the cells by the help of secretory granules. Now, as we know, proteins are synthesized in endoplasmic reticulum. Proteins move from endoplasmic reticulum to Golgi apparatus, where they are packed in a membrane-bound vesicles that are known as secretory granules. These vesicles are then transported by exocytosis from cells. The next topic is centrioles. Centrioles, as we know, are cylindrical cell structure that are composed of many tubular proteins. There are 9 pair of microtubule triplets which are arranged in a cylindrical form. These centrioles helps in the formation of mitotic spindles and helps in cytokinesis. They are present in most eukaryotes but absent in fungi. Centrioles are also absent in nerve cells. Moving on to our next topic, that is lysosomes. Lysosomes are also known as suicidal bag of cells. These are formed by Golgi apparatus and are one type of secretory vesicles. There are various types of enzymes present in lysosomes that helps in breaking down of fragments of cell organelles. It also helps in the digestion of foreign material such as microbes by the process of phagocytosis. The next topic is cytoskeleton. As the name suggests, it serves as the backbone of cell. It consists of tiny strands of protein, mainly microfilaments, microtubules, and centrosomes. Microfilaments are the smallest fibers produce structural support and characteristic shape of cell. Microtubules are large contractile proteins involved in the movement of cell organelles within the cell and chromosomes during cell divisions. And centrosomes are the pair of centrioles responsible for cell division. Now, the most important cell organelle, that is nucleus. Nucleus contains a nuclear envelope in which nucleolus is present. Nuclear envelope has minute pores through which some substance can pass. It contains the genetic material of a cell and is responsible for various metabolic activities of cells. We can assume that nucleus is the brain of a cell. It consists of 46 chromosomes which are made from DNA. Mature red blood cells are cells that are devoid of nucleus. Now, the previous year questions that had came previously. Which one of the following statements is false about interferons that came in 2012 GPAT? The options are A. Interferons are cellular glycoproteins produced by virus infected cells. B. Interferons has no effects on extracellular virus. C. Interferons are virus specific agents that can interfere either with DNA or RNA virus. And D. They are produced as potent broad spectrum antiviral agents. You may pause the video and try to solve yourself. The correct answer is option C. Now, moving on to our next question. Study the following statements about gram staining that had came in GPAT 2012. The options are P. Gram-positive bacteria are stained deep violet and gram-negative bacteria are stained red. Now, the previous year questions that had came previously. Which one of the following statements is false about interferons that came in 2012 GPAT? The options are A. Interferons are cellular glycoproteins produced by virus infected cells. Option A. P, Q, R and S all are false. B. P and Q are false and R and S are true. Option C. P and S are false and Q and R are true. Or option D. P and R are false and Q and S are true. You may pause the video and try to solve it yourself. The correct option is option C. Moving on to our next question that came in GPAT 2015. The question is, in which type of bacteria the cell wall is thicker? The options were gram-positive bacteria, gram-negative bacteria, both, or none? You may pause the video and try to solve it yourself. The correct answer is option A, gram-positive bacteria. The last question is, which of the following statements is not true about prokaryotes that came in GPAT 2018? The options were A. Nucleus is not bounded by nuclear membrane. Options B. Cell wall contains peptidoglycan. Option C. ATS ribosomes are distributed in cytoplasm. Or option D. It is haploid in nature. You may pause the video and try to solve it yourself. The correct option is option C. Thank you for your time.